Hey everyone, welcome back to another wrestling review. This time I'm just joined by Campo over here. Putty doesn't watch Japanese wrestling. Nice. Here.
Putty does, but he just
He
didn't.
just didn't watch this event. We, as of this recording, we probably just finished watching it like 12 hours after it aired. And I'm still not, as you can hear by my voice, I'm still not feeling the greatest. I still have that sinus congestion that I got from my trip, but we move on and we move forward. This week's review is on New Japan Pro Wrestling's Burning Spirit, which aired on the 25th of September, which was this past Sunday. For us, it was a Sunday night in Japan. All in all, it was a half decent show. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of, I noticed it was a lot of rematches from G1.
Yeah. But it's good. I mean, it's kind of like having backlash, right?
Yeah, it was very that's what I akin it to. So we'll start with our first match. We had our first match of ELP, Kenta, and Hikuleo against Bushi, Takahashi, Hiromu Takahashi, the other one, and Shingo Takagi. Gotta love me some Takagi.
Um, Surprisingly, given all the talent here, this match was literally like nothing, and it
Yeah,
was over in like 7 minutes.
it didn't mean anything either.
Um, yeah, I mean, I would be hard pressed to say that any of the matches here were bad because none of them were.
No.
But there's definitely this air of irrelevancy to most of it. It's kind of reminds me of like the the build up to getting to Burning Spirit or even the G1 the
Mm-hmm.
secondary matches where it's like they're just there for the fans that are in the arena. Like if you're watching it for the event, those matches actually don't matter at all.
No, it's more to build a card for the arena.
Yeah. So it's like that's how a lot of these felt. This one was probably the least entertaining.
Yeah. The only thing I found funny at the end was, well, I mean, Bushi, Takahashi, and Shingo go over, and then he puts, I love Shingo at the end. I am your daddy. I am your,
That was the best part of the whole thing.
and then he starts spanking him.
Like you are baby.
I am daddy. And I never noticed it, but have you seen Shingo's right ear?
No.
It's cauliflowered to hell.
Well, he was a mixed martial arts guy
Yeah,
before.
I never noticed how bad it actually was. But a half decent match. It's a good opener. It got the crowd going.
Yeah, it was fine.
Second match was Doc Gallows versus Toriano. Another quick match.
Yeah, and this one
Was the comedy spot.
it was, and it kind of for me, it wasn't as okay. You know what? This is the worst match on the card
Yeah.
because it didn't really mean anything.
No, it didn't. And it ended in a double DQ because they had to keep because what they say? They said Yano has never lost in Kobe. He has never
Yeah,
been pinned or submitted in Kobe.
so that's why they did it. But I think that what they're gonna get at here is because he took like a severe beatdown from Gallows.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to lead to a match where the hardcore version of Toriano is going to come out, and that's going to
Yeah.
be the match.
Well, they did make a point a few days earlier prior to this airing. The Good Brothers ended their contract ended with Impact Wrestling. So they're technically free agents. So as the result, I could see them sticking around for a little bit in New Japan.
Makes sense.
It's the best place for them, especially as to
Well,
what
I think
happens.
they
As
didn't
to
they
what
get
happens,
signed?
I don't know if they're signed, but as to what happens later in the show, it's definitely gonna. They're definitely gonna be a little bit more of a prominent feature after the events of the main event after that transpired.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Up next we had Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale against members of the United Empire of Jeff Cobb and Great O'Con. They were building to the fact of this that this could have title implications, that the winner of these could face the winner of the FTR Aussie Open match at Royal Quest. Do you think they never got their rematch? So I think it makes sense because the fact that Cobb and Khan went over.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of gold right now in the United Empire,
Yep.
and they just keep picking guys up. Like there was a bunch of guys today that I didn't even know were part of United Empire when they all came out on the stage.
Yep.
But yeah, good for them.
Yeah. They're becoming one of the biggest. I think United Empire could rival Bullet Club soon.
I think that's what they want.
they're going to have a faction clash.
because they're growing very rapidly, and the quality of wrestlers in United Empire is far better than Bullet
Oh
Club.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, the guy that got snubbed off the top 10 list and Will Osprey.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? It's like Bullet Club is like the place you go when they don't know what to do with you as a character,
Like Chase
and they
Owens.
but they want to keep your name relevant somehow.
Yeah, like Chase Owens,
Yeah,
ELP, uh, the guy who was later on the shore, Tejimuri.
he's
So
great though.
yeah, he's cut, man. That man's ripped.
Yeah, he's probably one of the greatest juniors of all time.
Yeah. So it was another quick match. It didn't last very long. The only thing that kind of threw me off was when Great Khan was doing those Mongolian chops one after the other, just kept going, ah, ah. And it was like
Yeah,
five
he does a
minutes.
lot of really weird stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, little by little, I hate to say it, but Great Khan in a tag team, he's growing on me.
Yeah, I don't want to see the singles stuff.
No. Up next, we had a really fun match of Zack Saber Jr. and Tai Chi against Sonata and Tetsuya Naito.
Yeah, so given the fact that like almost nothing happened, but also so much happened, like it's so hard to describe this match.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining, and the ending was like great.
Yeah, this is another one of those rematch matches in a tag because there was the whole feud with Sonata and Taichi in the G1 and avenging the loss of Naito and Zack Saber Jr. as well. So
But I
it
love
was
how they paced it. I
mhm.
love how they paced that ending for the TV audience. It was
Yes.
like first we're gonna show you Sonata and Taichi, then we're gonna wait, and then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, we're gonna show you Zack Saber Jr. and
And
Naito,
yeah,
and
I like
it was
sorry, go
really
ahead.
funny. It
I
was
like
just
at the
really
beginning of the
funny.
match too how when Sonata and Naito did their entrances and Taichi and Thing are just standing right behind them mocking them.
Yeah,
So
Zack Saber Jr. is starting to have like this really comedic side come out.
yeah, if it doesn't get too goofy, it works for him.
Yeah,
So I kind of like this match. I like there was that whole feeling up each other's boobs at the
there was a lot of funny parts at the end when he was leaving. He's like, I can't hear. Like I can't hear. He's like, get the mic girl to help him.
get the
She's doing a
micro.
great job.
Speaking of micro, no Miho
Yeah, I noticed whenever they do tag matches, the valets don't come
don't
with
come
them,
out. Yeah,
which I kind of find strange. I think it's more just to save on traveling, like having to pay for their travel expenses.
that's true too.
But I don't know. There's some funny parts. So one thing. So now we're like halfway in. So I can
Yeah,
get this out of the way. Uh, Kevin Kelly's mic man was driving me up the
the
wall.
whole yeah. I was gonna make mention of that too. There were audio issues the whole night with this show. Their audio was terrible.
Yeah, and what's the other guy's name? I always forget his friggin' name.
Chris Charlton,
Chris Charlton was very clear, but like so loud. His
and
volume was turned up
he
so
wasn't even
loud.
there.
Neither one of them were there.
Oh, right. That's right. That's right. They were both doing via.
I thought they were both there,
I
and
thought
then
Kevin Kelly was there and Chris Charlton was calling in
at,
via.
at like the third match, he's like, "You won't see us in the side or the ring side or something like that
Oh, so
today."
they were watching a feed and
Yeah,
commentating.
I think that's what happened.
Okay. Yeah, but it was a fun match. I like the whole little. I guess Sonata and Taichi are bearing the hatchet here at the end because they did the little mask exchange. They were wearing each other's masks. It just looked absolutely ridiculous to see Sonata wearing Taichi's little carnival
Okay, no,
mask.
but Sonata's mask actually fits on Taichi.
It works
It,
for him.
it
He looks like
barely it barely fits on Sonata's face.
it's also the beard. Sonata's beard kind of like sticks
Yeah,
out, right?
that's true. I didn't
And
even
it's
think of that.
his mask is like gray and black, and his beard is bleach blonde. So that's probably why it stands out a little bit as well. But I kind of like this match. It kind of settled that feud in a way. At least it settled the feud between Sonata and Taichi, but not the feud between Zack and Naito. And we'll
But I
get
like that because I think they're going somewhere with that.
yeah, well, which we'll explain at the
Which,
end of the
in case anyone doesn't know, I'm sure you do if you're watching this. But in New Japan, they don't tell stories through nonsensical backstage like
weekly TV kind of thing.
vignettes. It's all done in the ring or in the post match like scrums when they
Scrums.
talk about stuff with the media.
Like the night before the event when what's his name threw the chair at when Finley threw the chair at Osprey and hit
Oh,
him right in
he
the,
got it back. He threw a
yeah,
table at him.
he
So
got the receipt. But yeah, it was another good match. Like, I mean, the matches were good. Nothing that blew me out of the water.
yes, I agree with you. There like we said at the beginning, there was a lot of good. Well, we didn't say at the beginning. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good story elements that are building or ending right here that I like, but like none of these matches feel like they matter on this card.
Yeah. Only one of them mattered, which was the last two
No,
matches
the all the belt matches
mattered.
when we get there, but
Yeah. I guess moving on. Next we have Shane Haste, formerly Shane Thorne in WWE, against and Jonah and Bad Luck Tito against Tomoyaki Hanma, Toge Makabe, and Kazuchika Okada.
this is like a really big important. This is like okay,
Yeah.
this is the turning point because spoilers. Can I just say it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okada lost again to Jonah.
To Jonah. Yeah. Clean.
And they keep bringing up the reference that all he wants to do is power slam or body slam,
And it's costing
Jonah.
him the match.
Yeah, it's costing him the match, which is both protecting him and making Jonah look good because Jonah gets the wins, but it makes Okada look like the reason he's losing is because he's so focused on just trying to show you how strong he is.
Yeah. And this sets up implications for Jonah, and it automatically propels Jonah into the world title picture.
Yeah.
Because Okada, like they said at the beginning of the match, Okada feels by winning the G1, he should be the next in line for a world title shot which is happening. That is going to happen.
Oh yeah, great. Okada's gonna win the title again. Like fuck off.
But
you know what I mean?
I would like to see a Jonah Okada.
I'll take that. I will take that
because they're really building it, and it's like I would like what if they do like Okada wins the belt at Wrestle Kingdom, and then the very next day on New Year's Dash he loses it to Jonah.
I mean, there's a lot of great things you could do here, so I'm not going to pretend like there isn't. But I just don't. Seeing Okada win the title again is like seeing Triple H win the title again, or
John Cena.
Yeah, it's like
Roman Reigns.
Okay, he's a far better wrestler than any of those people.
Absolutely.
But it's just like, okay, the guy's always has the title. Like, come on.
You know what I mean? He doesn't. It's like Mox. He doesn't need the title now to cement his legacy.
Yeah.
Right. Like. It's more like it'd be like Rollins in that situation. Rollins is the best talent on the WWE roster right now. I think we can agree.
Yeah, and he hasn't had a title in like who knows how long.
In 5 years. Same thing with Kevin Owens. He's another one that has not had a belt in like 5 years. And I'm
really hoping he gets a push because that looks like what they're trying to do. Maybe he's going to take one of the titles off Roman Reigns.
I have a feeling it's going to be him and Sammy taking the belts off of the Usos. Especially after what happened on SmackDown.
Yeah, okay.
That's a slow burn. I think that's going to happen at Mania.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, at the Royal.
I'll take long-term storytelling.
What I'm thinking is they're going to do the typical Royal Rumble. Solo Sikoa is going to eliminate Sami Zayn in the Rumble. Sammy's having like this great run. He's eliminating a couple guys. He accidentally eliminates one of the Usos, and Solo Sikoa eliminates Sammy. That causes Sammy like, what the hell are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I thought we were supposed to. I know this is like booking for WWE.
I think I'm going to go opposite of what you're saying, but the same situation. Sami Zayn is going to eliminate both Uso brothers or something. And then as like a result, when he gets eliminated, they're going to beat him up at ringside or something for doing it.
And that's where Owens is going to come.
Owens is going to come running out because he won't be part of the Rumble or something like that.
Yeah, he'll probably have a match.
So,
but I totally agree with that, and I would love to finally.
I've been waiting for that. That's something.
It's been 10 years. Yeah, it's been 10 years. They need to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, Triple H knows that that's going to work.
Yeah. Way off topic, but but like you said, this was good storytelling. It sets up it in a year. This sets up Jonah in the main event picture huge now. Huge. So now they have another top, I guess you can call him a Gaijin star too, because he's not Japanese.
I think that let's just use that term to refer to any outsider at this
Any
point, even
outsider,
though
yeah.
like
But
it does mean like a specific thing.
like you said, this had great implications, and it told a really good story in the ring. The story, like you said, of Okada trying to power slam Jonah, and it never kept working, and that's where he lost his focus on the
I
match.
really was not expecting them to lose.
No, but I mean,
I
look,
really was not.
like I mean, look at the, like I mean, look at his partners though. Like Okada, okay, Makabe, I can understand, but Hanma, that guy's a joke character. It would be like putting R-Truth in a tag with John Cena and like.
Yeah, but look at on the other side. If you're going by name standards, okay, this is not to say anything personally bad about them, but they're literally no name behind the scenes valet type characters.
Yeah, except Shane Haste. He's former IWGP Junior Tag Champion with.
Fair, but he left and came back, and
Yeah,
that's what it is now. But whatever the other guy's name is, I always forget his name.
Bad Luck Tito.
Bad Luck
No,
Tito. He's
is it
literally
Bad
like
Luck
a valet.
Tito? Bad Dude Tito. It's Bad Luck
Tito. Bad Dude Tito. Yeah, but
Tito
it's
Santana.
like okay. It just doesn't make sense because I know maybe it's at this point it's a joke, but they're two like legendary figures of New Japan at this point or Japanese wrestling. So when they're coming out with Okada, you're like, okay, this is going to be. There's no way.
Yeah, they are. They are.
And
legendary.
he went on a heavy run there. He almost took out
Makabe.
Jonah on his own.
Yeah. And they even made
Hanma did too. Hanma was dropping headbutts all over the place.
But they even made mention of the fact that usually it's Makabe that's on the ring waiting for that hot tag, but he spent most of the time getting beat up in the ring.
That's true.
So this was a good match. Like you said, Jonah pins Okada again, sets up implications for down the line. And we know how New Japan loves to slow burn and slow build their events. This is going to be something that's going to be paid off a year down the line.
Still never been pinned or submitted. So
yeah. So his only two losses were a count out and a DQ, weren't they?
Yeah.
So moving on. Sixth match of the night was Jay White and Ishimori against Tama Tonga and filling in Jado. This was not originally Jado's spot. This was supposed to be what's his name there? Back to the Future guy.
Oh, Kushida.
Kushida, yeah.
Yeah, but he got sick. So
he has hand.
So I didn't know this. Just to like clarify. So he was on NXT.
Yep.
Where did he come from before NXT?
New Japan.
Okay, so he went from New Japan. He was projected to be a star. Went to NXT, got absolutely wasted, and then went to Impact. He's on. He's an Impact wrestler now. He's not New Japan.
Yeah, he's Impact Wrestling. Yeah,
I didn't even know that. Today I just happened to be looking at the roster, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, he's on Impact.
Now it's Bobby Fish is too now.
Hey, well, I'll take that. Bobby Fish is a great add to that. Bobby Fish might even get thrown right in the title picture.
Oh, I could totally see that. Can you imagine a Bobby Fish, Josh Alexander feud?
I just want to hear that song somewhere. That's one of the greatest intro songs that there is.
The Bobby Fish, yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, but so Kushida has, was it foot and mouth disease or something?
Yeah, foot and
mouth.
I
didn't know that's common in kids.
Yeah, it's because their hands and feet get dirty and then they put it in their mouth.
Okay. Well, I don't have kids, so I don't care.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, so he's out. I would have liked to see him because I've never seen like a real match with him. Like I've seen like bits and pieces. So
yeah,
I'll just admit that.
And the thing is too with Kushida came into NXT at the wrong time in that transition phase when Triple H lost control and what's his name took over.
They're really, really bad. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Even in Triple H as NXT head, sometimes they do good things, but WWE is just really bad at managing Japanese wrestlers.
Yeah,
they bring over absolute studs, male and female, and then just kind of let them fizzle out. Like Asuka's all over the place. I'll agree with that, but she's not in the right place. No. She needs to be always in the title picture.
And now finally, Shirai, Io Sky, they're finally putting her in more of a.
She looks fantastic.
Yeah,
that last match she was amazing.
Yeah, but even both of them, her and Dakota Kai, they're looking.
Well, they're champs now, right?
Yeah, but they're looking fantastic in the ring. Like it's good,
smart,
it's great female.
Imagine
talent.
Using good female wrestlers and not just good-looking female wrestlers.
And what's her name too? Sarai. Where is she hurt in NXT?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I'm trying to remember her name.
Sarai.
Sarai, is that what it is?
Sarray, I think.
I'm pretty sure she's injured.
And
And
this
the
past
Pirate.
Tuesday, no, she's in the tournament for the New Japan.
But she's still signed to WWE,
No,
isn't
she's
she?
not. She's with New Japan
Okay, good.
or
She's a
Stardom
good wrestler.
or whatever it is. Stardom. Like she's in the tournament for the IWGP Women's Champion.
It's so funny because yes, she is a really good wrestler, but her gimmick doesn't make sense in American
The
TV.
Pirate Princess.
But in Stardom or one of those places, she fits in perfectly.
She's pure anime.
You don't even notice that.
Yeah, she's pure anime is what she is, right? So she's fantastic too. And this past Tuesday on NXT, it was Roxana Perez against what's her name? The one that lost the belt there.
I don't freaking know.
The one that lost the belt to Mandy Rose there. The Japanese legend there.
Fuck! I always forget her name, but I'm not going to remember. Just we're skipping.
Yeah, but they had a fantastic. Go watch that this
You
past
know
Tuesday.
how I work with names.
Yeah.
Names are not my thing.
But yeah, and this was a half decent match too. Like I mean, Jado takes the loss on this one.
Okay, but this match was pretty good, and
Yeah.
I did not expect it to be anything.
It was a very good match. Yeah,
and Tonga was just beating the crap out of Jay White.
Yeah,
he's gonna. This is a feud that I'm enjoying.
Yeah, after that,
And
after
it grows, it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more. But yeah, it pays off towards the end. This is also a rematch of this was Jay White trying to avenge his loss, his only loss in the G1 to Tama Tonga, and he ended up losing the block because of that.
Where's Tua Tagovailoa?
I don't know.
That's the quarterback from Miami, but I don't know what the other guy's name is. I always forget his name. Tom, the other guy, the partner, Gorillas in the.
Oh, Tongaloa.
Tongaloa, there you go.
Tongaloa, he's hurt. Tongaloa.
Okay, so he's still out. It's been a while.
Yeah, I could see him making a return soon after what happened.
I mean, now you have a 4-man team if he comes back.
Yep. And
okay, so do you want to tell them what happened since we got way off topic?
Well, I mean, we can get there when we get there. Let the anticipation build for the audience.
What happened in this match?
Oh, in terms of like Tama Tonga and
at the end of the match, someone came out.
This one? No, it wasn't this one.
Yeah, it was.
Who came out at the end of this one?
Hikuleo.
No. Nope. Was it this one?
It? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was this one.
Yes, it was this one. Never mind. I got my notes mixed up here. Yeah. So what ended up happening was, they come and do the beatdown. They were doing a beatdown on Tama Tonga, and the Bullet Club comes out, and that's right. And Hikuleo defects from the Bullet Club and joins his brother, I guess, in Gorillas of Destiny. So now you have Hikuleo with Tama Tonga and a returning Tongaloa.
And Jado.
And
Jado.
And this sets up also the October 10th match at what's the event called? I have it written down here. The event is Declaration of Power. It sets up the title match that we've been anticipating between Jay White and Tama Tonga.
Can you imagine if Tama Tonga wins the World Championship?
They'll go pretty nuts over there.
That would be pretty crazy because he's not the type of guy. He's like, if I can't even think of somebody right now, but
no,
it's like giving a random person who's not even ever been in that picture of the division. And
it would be like Darby Allin.
Yeah.
Or Wardlow, because Wardlow's not in that picture.
No, you know what it would be like? It would be like if
Miro.
you split up the Acclaimed and one of them won the World Championship because they're over enough, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm happy about it. I thought that turn was really good. That was great storytelling because I was not even expecting that to happen.
The Hikuleo turn?
I was not expecting that.
And he's not a New Japan wrestler either. He's an Impact roster member.
Yeah. So, but this is the thing. So when they were very adamant on telling you the whole time about the situation between Hikuleo and even in the match, the earlier match.
Yeah.
And then when he came out, I was like, okay, you know what's going to happen? They're going to tease that he's going to chokeslam Jay White or something, and then he's going to end up hitting
Tama.
Tama, and it didn't happen. And I was like, holy crap, I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah, it was a good turn. It was a very good turn, and that's proper storytelling. See, they don't need to do backstage segments on turning someone face. They just did it right then and there in the story.
This is potentially another faction to faction battle coming up because I
Yeah,
only feel like they're going to get more people.
like what if? Okay, say
This is
say
the this
in
is
2 weeks.
the
In 2 weeks, Tonga does not win. Tonga does not win the world championship, but Tongaloa comes back. Now you have Tamatanga, Tongaloa, and Hikaleo, never open weight trios.
this was the right way to do the bloodline.
Yep.
This was the right way. There
Yeah.
was a slow build to it. You made the crowd get behind them as underdogs,
And nobody forced them.
and
It was not forced down
and
your
it just
throat.
happened because you put them against a natural bad guy.
It was
Roman
organic.
Reigns, no one liked him as a face, and then when he became a bad guy, they didn't pit him against anyone. He just turned. It was just a turn. So it was like, sorry, we keep talking about other things, but
yeah, but that's the beauty of it.
that's wrestling.
That's wrestling. Yeah, and this was another decent match. Next we have the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match. TJP and Francesco Akira against Ryusuke Taguchi and Master Wato.
Well,
Every time
first
I
of
hear
all-
Master Wato, I think of the guy from Star Wars.
Yeah, so do I, and I can't take it seriously. Especially from playing the game, the New Japan game. His whole gimmick is just like it's like really silly, but
Yeah.
they try to play it off like it's super serious. But what's the other guy's name? Akira, and what's the other one?
TJ Parker, TJP.
TJP. They're surprisingly good.
I've been watching
like,
TJP for a while. Like TJP, I've always known he was the first WWE Cruiserweight champion, or the 205, whatever they called it. Like when they had the cruise, yeah, when they brought that purple, they introduced that purple belt.
He's good.
He's really good.
They're both good. This is this is more gold in the pocket of United Empire, and I like it.
Which I didn't even know they were a part of.
So it's like all tag teams. And then 2 singles wrestlers.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Absolutely fine. Yeah, TJP is this phenomenal talent, and it's great. It's also what I like about this match was they had a veteran in TJP teamed up with a young guy in Francesco Akira. Same thing with Taguchi with Master Wato. It's like the masters the senseis teaching the young guys. You know what I mean?
But they do that a lot with him, Taguchi.
Taguchi, yeah. And this guy can still go Taguchi.
Oh, he's good. But the thing about him too is he's kind of like a comedy character.
Yeah.
I mean, mind you, he's a very good wrestler.
He did win. He's won a lot of
junior... he's like 7-time tag champion.
He's won with Omega.
Yeah. He's like a 7-time junior tag, and I think he won the actual junior title 3 times or 2
3 times or 2, yeah, something like that. But yeah, this guy,
he's decorated. He's
decorated. A legend. He's legendary status. Almost.
Yeah, when he retires, he's going to be one of the greats in that division. But yeah, he's become kind of like this weird comedy character. If anybody knows about this, when they had the Show and Yo team. And then they also had Rocky Romero was training them, and so was Taguchi. And then they did the thing where Taguchi and Romero faced them. Yeah. And then they both joined the tournament together and ended up facing each other, I think, in the finals. So, I mean, there's a lot of cool backstory in New Japan. They do a lot of like move shifting parts, which is what I like. AEW is doing that kind of, but
they're kind of doing that. Yeah. But I really enjoyed this match. They put the champs over without making Wato look bad.
Yeah, you got to protect him because he's one of your main junior heavyweights.
Yeah, and he's one of the few. I guess he's also one of the few Japanese stars that are up and coming in the pipeline too, because there's not that many right now.
I mean, he's already been around for a while. Yeah, so he's not that fresh.
He's not a young lion, but he's still fairly fresh.
He still hasn't got the real push yet.
Yeah. But I could see him going for the junior heavyweight championship in a little bit.
Yeah, he's a really good wrestler.
Yeah. Fun match. Obviously, where do they go from here? What's next? The World Junior Tag League, isn't it? In November?
Yeah, Tag League.
Tag League in November. So maybe they'll probably be in it.
We're going to be real busy for the rest of this year.
Yeah, at the end of the show, we'll go down what we still have to go through for the last 3 months of the year. But up next, we go to the semifinal match of the night, which was Hiroshi Tanahashi against Karl Anderson. Tanahashi still amazes me at 45 years old.
Yeah, it's more amazing to me that okay, well, I won't give it away yet, but his in-ring work is still really good.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing.
And Karl Anderson wasn't bad either.
No, Karl Anderson was a lot better than Doc Gallows in that match.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because these are two of the very
This was the match.
original
This was the
Bullet
match
Club
where
guys.
Hikuleo turns.
Is it this?
It was this one. I knew I had it right. It was this match where Hikuleo turns. I'll explain to you when we get. Yeah.
Either way, we same story. But I really enjoyed this match for what it was, and we shouldn't be that surprised by him because I mean Chris Jericho is amazing still, and Sting is still putting his head through tables.
Yeah, like we are on the precipice of getting a Sting and Muta tag team.
Yeah, at 59 and 63
in 2022, we are on the precipice of getting
one of
a
them's
Sting.
59 and one of them 62 or 63, and we're about to get a tag team out of this.
Oh my god, I would love to see that against the Acclaimed or FTR.
No, you know what you do with them? You put them in a match against someone who's very good at catering to this, which is Jay Lethal. You put Jay Lethal and Chris Jericho together,
or Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but it can't be the tall guy, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Satnam Singh.
Yeah, Sanjay is actually a good wrestler if you go back and see his stuff. It's just like nobody knows that he was a wrestler.
No, but he's actually pretty good, and I think he's still hurt right now. So can you imagine Jay Lethal and a returning Christopher Daniels, maybe even?
Ooh, I like that. Put Christopher Daniels against Sting and
that's what I see. Jay Lethal and Christopher Daniels.
I think that.
yeah. Lethal and Daniels against Sting and
Ring
Muta.
of Honor team. I like it.
Right. So
wait, are Aussie Open in Impact? I don't know why I just thought about that.
I think Aussie Open or Impact. Yes,
I think so too. Okay, sorry.
There's another belt that FTR needs to win.
That just clicked in my head. What, the New Japan Strong titles?
Yeah. Oh man, there's so many belts in New Japan. Yeah, but Bullet. This is like they kept the story. The whole story was like Karl Anderson had all these opportunities against Tanahashi when he was champ. His only victory came in a G1 tournament, which was not for a title match. He was never able to beat him, and now Karl Anderson goes over clean over Tanahashi.
Yeah, and the thing I was gonna say before is that it's not even just that he's still so great at 45. It's that he's so willing at his status of legend to put people over.
Yep.
He's such a company man. He's just like, oh, you want to make this guy look good for now? Okay, I'll win a title eventually, so I don't care.
Yeah, but I mean, and that's what sets up. It wasn't to make Karl Anderson strong. This whole match was set up to turn Hikuleo face.
And it's going to lead, I think, personally, to Tanahashi winning the openweight title.
Eventually, yeah. That's definitely
what it's going to, because they want to distance him from the heavyweight title picture because they got to make room for all the new guys that are coming up. Like Will Osprey is ready for, I know he's already won it, but he's ready to be like a main guy in that picture.
He needs to be in the world. He needs to move up to the world title picture.
Jay White and Okada are going to stay there for a long time, I think.
In ring, I think like as a whole package, I think Osprey is the best talent in New Japan right now.
I think he's the best talent in the world right now.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I could because Omega's hurt. He's still not at 100%.
No, and it's like this is prime Kenny Omega. This is what we were seeing it, and we're getting to see it again. And you don't get these generational talents every day, so we should just enjoy it while we have this. MJF is definitely not a generational talent.
No,
I'm sorry. He's a great character,
great heel,
and he can wrestle, but he can't. He's not anywhere in the league of a Jay White or a Will Ospreay or a Kenny Omega.
No, not at all. I think that's going to be the Wrestle Kingdom match, is a rematch between Karl and Tanahashi, with Tanahashi going over.
I'll absolutely take that.
So with that out of the way, we go to our main event of the evening. David Finley against Will Osprey. Holy shit. Like it just started off with a bang, like a bullet.
They did it. This is why I'm saying he's like Kenny Omega. This match was just very reminiscent of those days with those Kenny Omega Okada matches,
Yeah.
where it started off kind of slow, and you're like, why did this match get such a high rating? And you're like, okay, nothing's really happening. It did start off with a bang, but it took a slow build in the beginning. There was a lot of back and forth, and then as the end approached, it was like finisher, finisher, finisher.
Well,
finisher,
look how
finisher.
early those tables were set up. And
Yeah.
then the payoff was much later.
And he dropped such a good line. I don't remember which one of them said it. He was like, if the checkoffs tables are broken. And I was like, well, because you don't, I hate when people pull out a table. New Japan will never do this. This is a WWE thing. You never pull out a table and then don't break the table.
You have to break the table.
You have to break the table.
Even if it means putting him there twice, like they did with.
Even if it means picking him up again, even though he doesn't really want to go through those tables again. Because that was a grimy ass table break.
Yeah.
Because he kind of went through the table. Yeah. It was like a neck breaker.
Yeah.
So you have to remember that, like, Will Ospreay's landing on the table. So hold on, let me rephrase that. David Finley is giving a neck breaker to Osprey, or it could have been the stunner. Yeah. You couldn't really know. Well, Will Ospreay's landing on the table's chest and stomach first, and the tables did not break. So he had nothing to relieve the impact. He just smashed off the tables.
Yep,
he bounced backwards.
All I see is that's definitely making a Botchamania spot with I am the table.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? David Finley hit the other table with all his weight just in his ass, and still didn't break the table.
Still didn't break those tables are. Was that before or after the Shillelagh spot?
That was after. Because the Shillelagh spot dented the fucking table.
Yes. And it dented Osprey's fingers. He dislocated his fingers.
Did he actually?
Legit. Yeah.
That was such a good sell job by him that whole time.
Yeah. Like you see Jeff Cobb like pop it back in place and then they tape it up. Like,
oh, my lights went off. Yeah, it was. This match was like really built. And I love I know he's kind of a weird character because he's not really a heel, but he's like a dick, Osprey. But
he's like a typical British asshole kind of.
But he has this honor, like where he was like, "Don't interfere with the match."
Yeah,
and everybody was at ringside, the whole United Empire.
Yeah, because that's that cockiness about him. Because he's like, I know I have to beat him on my own. Like he has that. Like
what a match.
Yeah. I'm putting it out there. This is in candidate for match of the year for me.
I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to say that it's definitely in the top tier of matches because I still think Okada versus Osprey was better.
Yes.
And arguably Osprey versus Orange Cassidy was better than this.
Oh, really? Okay.
They're close.
They're very close.
This match had a much better story with it, but that match had so many like huge spots that I don't know if we'll ever see again. Having two guys that could do things like that could spin around each other's heads in the air.
True. Good point. But this was the culmination of the whole G1 tournament.
Yeah, and it's not over. It's going to happen again.
I think we're gonna
get Juice back. We're gonna get Juice back. It's gonna be a 3-way with Juice. I think.
You think so?
Yeah. The John Moxley match that's coming up.
It's just to make Mox get another win before
Mox get a win, and it's to put Juice's name back out there again. So it gives him enough relevance to make a 3-way match for the title, right? Because like people were getting tired of the whole Juice Robinson with the US title thing. And I think this puts his name back up again. It gives him clout to like make this match work.
Yeah. And we'll get that before Wrestle Kingdom, you think?
I think so. Okay. I think they're gonna. This feud is not over. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Whether Juice Robinson comes or not, this feud is not over. This feud's
not over. Yeah, for sure. Post match, they are doing their celebration, and Naito comes out. You know, congratulations, blah blah blah, and he wants a match against Osprey for the U.S. Championship.
Yeah, you give me that match any day of the week.
And then after that, you get Zack Saber Jr. coming out saying he wants the match. He deserves the match. Like, you know, yes, you pinned me, but I pinned him. He pinned you. So it's like, you know, they started going and they just basically set up a match between Naito and Zack Saber Jr. at Royal Quest 2 and the winner will face Will Osprey.
God forbid we should get a 4-way match with Finley, Naito, Saber Jr., and Osprey. You don't want to give us that kind of gold. Like, that's my dream.
Yeah,
that's what I dream
that would be a
about
fantastic match. But sure, give me a full match between Zack and Naito, because we didn't get that with in the G1, right? It was a 40-second win.
Zack Saber Jr. is an A caliber wrestler.
Yep.
Naito is an all-time
legend.
Any country, any company legend at this point already. Should he continue to be healthy, it will only get better. But you can give me that match any day of the week. And then you can give me that finals any day of the week. Because maybe this is when we get gold on Naito that starts the run that leads to the G1 next year.
You think he'll get the U.S. championship?
Why not? Because you can clearly tell they don't want, like, he has no place right now in the title picture.
For that's the only title. He hasn't won that belt yet, has he?
No, and this adds to it, to his legacy. And this is like the Chris Jericho situation where it's like
winning the ROH.
Let's give him this belt. And plus, any feud with Will Osprey and Naito going forward is not going to be bad.
No.
And it allows a build for his name. It gives him a chance. If he, let's just say he wins a G1, going after that, then they put him in the main title picture, because right now it's all about Okada and Jay White and maybe Jonah. There's no room for Naito up there.
Right now it's Okada, Jay White with Jonah as a future
possibility.
Yeah.
So to me, that's how I see it. There's no room for Naito right now, and eventually you got to get him back there one more time.
Yeah.
Before it's over.
Yeah. I agree. I completely agree. So that's going to be on one of the matches. So right now they only have 3 matches announced for Royal Quest. The first match is FTR defending the New Japan, their first defense of the New Japan Heavyweight Championship belts against Aussie Open. And the other match is a to be determined against Jazzy Gabbert for the first round.
Are Aussie Open putting up the strong titles?
That I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't want to give more gold to FTR because we know they're not losing that match.
No, double check for you right now, but I don't think that's for the match is just for the IWGP Tag Team Championship.
And they actually have defended it, but it was not in like big events. It was on like weekly. I'm pretty sure it was on New Japan Strong.
Yeah,
FTR defended it.
Yes, they did. They did. That's one tag team I missed at the Grand Slam.
Yeah, but I think they're doing something. They got to be doing something. Maybe they were defending AAA or something.
Yeah, because there was no. And the one thing I noticed too, Ethan Page wasn't there at Grand Slam.
That explains why he wasn't in the Rumble.
Yeah, that I was expecting him to be in the Battle Royal, and he wasn't there.
Maybe he's injured.
Yeah. But Danhausen was the best. He's like cursing them, and as soon as he would curse them, they'd get eliminated by somebody else.
He works so well with the best friends.
Yeah.
I really don't want that to stop. The Hookhausen thing was so good, and then they shut it down without even like explaining it. They
brought your chips.
They didn't even say anything. They just moved them. That was a really good impression of him.
What's up, chips?
But yeah, there's no explanation. He just stopped being with Hook and just moved on to the best friends.
The Hook, I think they want Hook to like get out there on his own.
Hook is 3 years away from being a guy.
Yeah,
in my opinion. He like they're building him still. He's in the Alex Wright phase of his career at this moment.
Yeah, he's early Chris Jericho in his.
He's Chris Jericho in ECW, where nobody liked him because they're like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
Yep, where he was still Lionheart. But yeah, that takes us to the end of the show. Decent show. I didn't mind it for what it was.
New Japan puts on a good show, but it's kind of like Dominion. Dominion was way more bloated and long than this.
Yes.
But like if you ask Putty, most of the matches were just like irrelevant matches,
except the final 3 matches
like whenever there's a title.
I would say the last 4 because the Jay White also had.
it had him. A lot of the matches did like the
And same
Taichi.
thing,
I
and same thing
enjoyed
with
it.
the 6-way match between Hanma, Makabe, and Okada against Jonah and them.
Okay, well, you tell. Oh, we're both gonna have the same match of the night. So I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean that
think
goes
that's.
without saying, right? Match of the night is definitely Osprey versus Finley.
Let me just see here because I actually didn't plan out a rating. So if you want to give them your stuff first, you can go
Yeah,
ahead.
my match of the night is definitely. I mean, we can agree on that. Is Finley versus Osprey? Definitely go out of your way to watch that match. Honorable mention to Tanahashi and Karl Anderson. Worst match of the night was the second one, the Doc Gallows Toriano.
Okay, so where are we completely everything was the same.
Yeah. Like I mean, it was there for comedic purposes. The match didn't mean anything. It didn't set up anything. It didn't do anything.
If it pays off with a hardcore Yano match, I'll
Then
take it.
maybe. But I mean, it's not as high as some of the other shows, but it was a decent show. I gave it a 7.3.
Okay, so I this is my logic here. I think the main event was amazing
Mm-hmm.
and like it wasn't a bad show at all, but like I said, there's the New Japan pay-per-views or whatever premium live events, whatever they are.
Yeah.
They always just they're full of random matches. So I think I'm having trouble here because I gave SummerSlam a 7.2,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think it was better than SummerSlam.
No,
No, I
I
mean the
gave it a
main
7.
event
I gave
was.
SummerSlam a 7.1.
So I'll give it a 7.2. I'll say it's on par with SummerSlam. So we're
Okay.
basically around the same
I
thing.
put it I put it on par with Ric Flair, the Ric Flair pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think
Ric
the
Flair
Ric
was
Flair
at
was better
Ric
because there
Flair
was
was at a
so many
7.4.
matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ric Flair had so many matches, and all of them were good except the Ric Flair match.
Right.
The
Whereas these
matches
ones,
weren't bad here, but there's no purpose to most of the
it's not
matches.
there's no other than the last, like I said, the last 4 or 5
Yeah,
matches, there were no implications in
you
any
know
of these
what?
matches.
It's almost like you took a house show or like a episode of Dynamite or Raw, and then just had three really good title matches at the end, but the rest of it was just a regular
To
episode
be
of
honest,
Raw.
Grand Slam was much better. You had 5 banger title matches at Grand Slam.
Oh yeah, at Grand Slam I would have gave like an 8.
Yeah, that was an 8.2 for me.
Yeah,
Like
I would have
it
been
was
over an
heightened
8
by the
for
fact
sure.
that I was there, right? But I
Yeah.
mean,
I would have probably went, yeah, because I would have gave Rampage like an 8.
yeah, Rampage was fantastic too. Like I was there till
I'm excited to watch
1
Dark.
1:30. Campo, I was there till 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
and I had a flight the next day. That's why I'm sick.
Yeah, you didn't even sleep. You just friggin' went home. Yeah. I mean, I'm actually excited to watch Dark tomorrow
Yeah.
or Tuesday, whichever
It's
one it's gonna be.
Elevation, I think they filmed.
Yeah, so I think that's Monday.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was decent. Like I said, it was not like
Yeah,
one of their
they put on great shows, but they bogged them down with the pre-main event stuff.
yeah.
At least some of them did have implications to it, the storylines.
Like if you took away, say you take away
If you erase the first 3 matches, this is a banger event.
take away the first 3 matches, but add the match that they aired the night before, the never open 3 tag team.
Yeah, I don't get that. And that was not even supposed to be on that. That was from the 3 days before that, but it got canceled because of the tsunami warning.
Yeah.
Or the typhoon warning.
Mm-hmm.
So they moved just that match to the next day. But it's in Japanese, so I didn't even watch it.
Well, I watched it. I understood very little, but I watched
Who
it.
won?
I can't remember now. I think it was they kept the Goto in them. They kept the belts.
Kept it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
they wouldn't lose on that show.
Come on.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was a half decent show. Yeah. Other than that, I think that's it. We got a lot of reviews coming up over the next 3 months. I think we got Royal Quest we're gonna do in October. We have Bound for Glory TNA. Josh Alexander against Eddie Edwards is the main event there.
That's a good main event.
We got Extreme Rules on October 8th. We have Declaration of Power New Japan, which is the Jay White versus Tama Tonga belt match. We have the Rumble on 44th Street, which is the New Japan show in New York on October 28th. We have Crown Jewel on November 4th. We have Full Gear on November 15th. Halloween Havoc NXT on November 22nd. October 22nd, and October 26th. We're going to close off the wrestling pay-per-view year with Survivor Series.
So there's
War
nothing
Games.
in November or December?
There's three. There's three in November.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing in December. They used to do TLC in December, but now they moved it to January 1st and they call it day one. But yeah, we need a break in December.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be a New Japan. Oh, we forgot the World Junior Tag League in New Japan.
Fantastic. That because that's not like, oh, hey, you're gonna watch a show this week and then we're gonna be done. No, you're gonna watch a show 3 times a week for fucking 4 weeks.
Not on the same level as the G1 Climax, but
no, it's gonna be less, but it's gonna be a lot.
It will be. I think it's like 4 or 5 days or something like that.
That's a lot of tag.
Yeah.
And I'm more of a singles guy, if I'm gonna be honest with you, But
with that, I think we might just do what we did with Burning Spirit. We'll just recap the whole thing at the end of it and do the main show.
Well, should there be a lot, maybe we'll do a halfway. But if not, yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see where the wind takes us on that. So with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Make sure you go and follow Campo. His stuff will be down in the description box below. Hopefully by the end of soon. By the time you're watching this, I hope I'll have all the photos from AEW uploaded into the Discord server. It's taken a lot of time. There's a lot of photos, a lot of videos, and they're all in HD. So there's going to be a lot of stuff. So make sure you follow the Discord server for that. And other than that, guys, thanks again for joining us. We'll see y'all next time.